Scott. Kate. Michael. Watching One Piece, but it's fast.
Yeah! Woo! All right, let's get started. All right, so I'm Scott. We got Michael, and we got Kate. All right, so let's go first, and let's just say our experience with like the field and like how it is you're going into it. So I'm a huge One Piece fan. It is my favorite series of anything, and like favorite piece of media ever. So it's really something that's been special to me. I remember part of it watching it. Right when I moved to Tulsa, and I didn't have any friends in Tulsa at the time, and I remembered watching it and like basically helped me get through some tough times. So that's my basic thing there. What about you guys?
You go first.
No, we have to go in order.
Oh, in order.
Yeah.
My name is Michael Solomon, Scott's brother. I would say I have a intermediate beginner level of anime exposure. I have seen all but the last 5 episodes of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I don't know if I've seen every episode of Dragon Ball Z, but like I know exactly what happens. And Dragon Ball, I've like watched a little bit of, seen a little bit of Death Note, seen the first part of the series we're about to watch, and I've seen all of One Punch Man. And I played a lot of Pokemon, so I have like some decent exposure, but definitely not entrenched in the anime world as much as Scott. Never really seen One Piece other than the first 2 episodes. So I'm excited to learn, but also just experience.
Nice. My name is Kate, and I would put myself at below beginner in terms of my knowledge on anime and One Piece and anything to do with this. So I am also excited to learn. I am prepared to be confused, but that's okay because we're learning.
So you never
And
watched like Pokemon or as a kid or anything like that,
I
or like
know
anything on Toonami growing
no,
up?
absolutely nothing.
All right, this will be fun then.
Okay.
I think she's
Yeah.
seen a scene of One Punch Man.
I have seen a scene of One Punch Man. One scene, one singular scene,
One
which I
single
really
scene.
gave me a whole lot to work with in terms of this.
Okay, okay. So I mean, are you guys both excited to go on this?
I am.
Oh
Everything?
yeah, I'm really
Okay.
excited.
Because I've instructed you guys that I would just want you guys to do what I call the prequel. It's like the first section of the story and everything. And I feel like by that point you'll know whether you like it or not. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
what do you got? What do you so Kate, since Michael kind of has an idea, what is the story about? What do you think the story is about here before we
Wow.
get started on it?
Well,
The name is
well okay. Well, that's good. I have been told that it's over 1,000 episodes, and that someone
Okay.
went through and cut out all of the parts that you don't need, that aren't like imperative to the story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think that the parts that we will be watching will be a character searching for the one piece of himself that he feels like is missing. Or she, we don't know.
Okay, so it's a character study.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's gonna be a lot of character development.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a lot of self-reflection
Mm.
and
Okay.
soul search. That is what I think this is gonna be like.
Okay. This is a much more introspective like idea than the actual show, but I'll take it. So, all right, all right.
Okay.
Going the One Piece of it. I'll give you like a little baby synopsis. The One Piece is referred to a treasure. It's a like a physical treasure. It's a world of pirates. It's a world of pirates, and the main character is trying to become the king of the pirates and finding the One Piece, which is the name of the treasure.
I would not have been able to guess that. But I think
Okay.
I'm more excited now. That sounds interesting.
Okay. All right. How you feeling, Michael? I mean, you watch Naruto, and this is another like long running kind of like that. So.
Um, after seeing the first few episodes, it's pretty cool, and I could see of like, I know that the universe definitely expands a lot,
Mhm.
but I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it, and I feel like if these are the worst episodes, then like that's probably a good sign. But from my understanding, there are these fruits in this universe called gum gum fruits,
Right.
and they all possess special powers. Or no, wait, they're different fruits, and if you eat one of these fruits, then you get the powers. And so the main character eats a gum gum fruit, which means that his body is like rubber. And like, have you ever seen Fantastic Four?
No.
Okay, well, do you know anything about Fantastic Four?
No.
Have you seen Incredibles?
Yeah.
So you know how Mrs. Incredible is like elastic?
Elastigirl.
That's kind of him. He can like,
Yeah.
and that's Mr. Fantastic. Can also do that.
Right.
And there's a bunch of superheroes that can do that different.
They
Or,
Yeah. He's a stretchy boy. So
the
yeah.
gum gum,
the gum gum,
the gum gum fruit.
which is not the one.
That is not.
No, it's not the One Piece. I will say, as of like now, time of recording, they have not found the One Piece in the 1,000 episodes yet. So they're still trying to find it, and none of the viewers know what it is yet. So
There's no end to this yet?
no, it hasn't. It's still being written. Like it's been written. It started back in 1997, and I think he said we about like a couple years left of the story. So
Oh.
But
Oh
isn't
my
that like what the
gosh.
writer intended though? Is he intended to have like a 20-year like?
So originally, what he was gonna end. So we're watching what's called the East Blue, which is like the self-contained thing, the thing I call the prologue. And he originally it was just his plan to do it there, but it was so popular that he continued it after that, and then it's blossomed to what it is now. But his original idea, as far as I know, was just this like stretch of like 30 episodes we're watching. So
Wow. Wow. Well, Scott, how are you feeling about this adventure we're about to embark on?
one, I'm really excited because I mean I love showing it to people. My fiance Kelly and I like we've been reading it for like over a year now, and we're like or maybe 2 years now. I don't even know. It's been a long time. Um, but we love reading it together, which is a lot of fun. Um, and it's fun to like. It's just one of the. But I'm also very nervous. Going into it, showing to people is always a nerve-wracking thing because it's like if they don't like it, I always feel bad for wasting their time. So
I
Spending
think this will be
time,
fun no matter what happens.
spending time with friends is never a waste of time.
oh yeah,
Gandhi.
but
No, it's FDR.
Conti. I'd say just excited, and I hope like it's more of a I'm nervous because I hope you guys like it. And we'll see. It'll be one of those things where we start it, and you're gonna be like, "This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life," and like, "I'm never watching anime ever again. I hate this. Oh my god!" Or it could be one of those things like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever seen." I really just don't know what you guys are gonna think. So
I feel like a lot of this is my synopsis as somebody who's not like super in anime, but like has watched shows, is that the difference in American television is like with American television, you'll get like there's only a niche, like not saying there aren't different types of anime, but from everyone I've seen, it's like American television is like this is an action comedy or this is like just an action movie. There isn't any comedy. And it's like, or this is a comedy movie. And there's not like a lot of variation within them. And if it's like cheesy, it's like mostly cheesy. Or like when we watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, it was like, okay, it's a little cheesy, but whatever. But I noticed in anime is there's like these stark differences between, okay, this is like very not childish, but like this is just like very kind of like playful and almost innocent, and you feel like more of like children showy, and then it'll tackle like very serious fights and like all very violent. And I feel like there's a lot of volatility of like, okay, here's like a really innocent like thing that you're just like, okay, maybe I'm too old for this, maybe I'm not. but then you're like, oh my gosh, he just like killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And it's like you can tackle. It's just like a very kind of first you're tackling very serious concepts. That's how it was in Naruto. I was telling Kate about like the pain arc of like how do you stop the cycle of people getting revenge? Like how does that happen? It's a very deep, thought out thing. And then the next episode, they're like, I like ramen noodles, and they'll do like a whole episode on noodles, and you're just like, there's such a
Yeah.
that's my bit.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, anime is not really a genre; it's more of a medium. 'Cause you
Yeah,
can have different genres in there and everything. Because there's like same kind of thing you have with American television. It's just animated. So, and then like Naruto, One Piece, the same genre. It's where it's like like younger audiences can watch it, kind of a thing. But they tackled like super adult themes, and it's like more of an action adventure heavy show for One Piece. But then you have stuff like I'm trying to think of a quick example. Like there's a show called Hellsing, when it's all about like the son of Dracula. No, it's basically like Dracula, and it's all about vampires and like a giant war with like the Nazis and things like that. And it's like stuff that you would never have a kid watch. So, um,
yeah, but I also feel like just like Japanese culture, because it's different, you'll see different things in anime that you would not see in like American television. Like in
absolutely.
a lot of even the adult animes, there's this huge emphasis on like this is gonna sound lame, but like all the animes I've seen are very just like friendship oriented, where it's like through, and that's how Kingdom Hearts was. It's
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
it's an adult game, and it's kind of for kids. It's in that like 10 to however old, but it's like through the power of love and friendship, like we accomplish our goals. And it's like the whole idea of Naruto is like I have people that love me and brought me out of loneliness.
Yeah.
But I mean, One Punch Man is not like that at all.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of popular anime is along those lines of like there's a lot of emphasis on camaraderie and like what that, and it's just interesting of like there's a lot of that and not a lot of that as far as like American television as a medium of like an adult. I mean, you've seen more anime, Scott, so I guess you would say, but in my experience, that's kind of my exposure is there's a lot of like, maybe that's just the kid shows that I've seen, but
Yeah, what definitely you can see, because you can see the main character's name is Luffy, and like you can see him and his crew, like the things they'll do for their crew and everything, and the different things people do. And this show definitely tackles some like super dark themes. There's like concepts of slavery, racism, um, things like that. There's like mass genocide, and like they tackle some really really dark stuff in the show. But it does in a way that will keep it nice and kind of nice and friendly at all times and things at the same time too. So it is a really good job of balancing and really good job of developing the world around the characters is what I'd say the biggest strength of this show is. So I will say, Michael, that I think the fights in Naruto are a little bit better like choreographed. Um, than this, so you don't expect something that you'll see in that show where it's like the Lee versus Gara fight, something like that to that level. You're not going to see anything like that in the show, but I think there are better emotional fights in this one, personally. But it's I don't know. It's just I really like it. I hope you guys like it. We'll see. So
Yeah. I mean, I'm coming in very open-minded about all of this. And the more that you guys talk about it, the more intrigued I am because it's nothing like how I imagined it. But I think that's a good thing. So
yeah,
I'm coming open-minded. This will be good.
I think there definitely is a culture block. Like even as somebody who's watched it, it's hard for me to be like, I want to go watch, like with the language barrier. Sometimes it can be really hard, and so I think there's just like a lot of cultural differences that prevents a lot of people because once you get in it, you're like in it, and so you don't mind any of the cultural differences. But kind of if you're on the edge, sometimes you can be a little apprehensive to be like, okay, I'm going full force into this.
oh yeah,
And that's what keeps a lot of people out. And it's kind of like Parasite. Like Parasite won Picture of the Year. I haven't seen it.
oh the movie, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
Have you seen that movie, Scott?
No, I saw an anime called Parasite, and I thought that's what you're talking about. I was like, you've seen that,
Oh,
really? But no. Parasite is
It's
not for kids either, but I have not seen it.
even
I heard
though
it's really good
one,
though.
even though it's one picture of the year, I'm sure there are people who are like, I just don't want to read subtitles, and so I feel like that keeps a lot of people out. So I'm glad you're coming in open-minded.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times there is that really bad cultural bias too, where it's like, oh my God, you watch anime, blah blah blah. So I am glad that you're coming in with like an open mind of like, I'm just down to experience it. So, and that's like the right way to approach it. So,
yeah.
all right.
Cool. Any other topics for episode 0?
Um, I don't. Do you guys have anything like I mean, Kate kind of gave her prediction of what the series is gonna be about.
Super wrong.
One thing I do want to do going forward, I want to see like everybody's favorite character going forward. Each time we'll be asking, which is your favorite like arc and things like that. Since and things like that, we'll just kind of get an idea of how things are stacking up as we go, and you know, and we're only doing the East Blue. If you guys want to continue after that, we totally can. I'm down. But if you don't, if that's all we want to watch, because at that point, that's where I realized that I really like the show is at that point. So that's it for me.
I would say, last question, what are some common themes that like you enjoy in a TV show, anime or not? And I guess what I'll say is like some things I really enjoy are like the training aspect where like the main character like gets better over time or
Mm,
like gains new powers, new intellect,
I like
or
that too.
I
you're into
really
that.
like characters that are very, very intelligent, and that's always been the most interesting. So like watching The Imitation Game with
Mm,
Benedict Cumberbatch, you're just like, oh my gosh, he's so smart. And I think it makes like Sherlock Holmes type like it makes it interesting when characters are really smart is kind of what the question I'm asking. And I also think like funny or good, like wow, cool, that was cool. And
yeah.
so those are some like things that maybe Scott could say, oh, that's definitely in the show. Oh, it's definitely not.
You'll definitely get to see some power ups and like them improve as they go, because the whole thing is him collecting a crew, and so you see this crew improve as the story goes. You'll see that for sure. Trying to think. There's definitely some funny stuff in there, in my opinion, at least. I'm trying to think of the other thing you said. The main character is not. He's kind of an idiot, to be honest. So, but there are other people in the story that are very, very intelligent. So,
That's how it is in Naruto and Dragon Ball Z
yeah,
and One Punch Man. Is like the main character is like a doofus, but they're
Mm.
like smart, but also not.
yeah, yeah. Goku is really dumb, like most of the time, dumb and
Yeah.
clueless. So yeah, I feel that. Yeah. What about you, Kate? What do you usually look for?
I think humor is probably the biggest thing that I look for just in any TV show.
Okay.
I love when the main character is super smart, super intelligent. Um, and yeah, I think the training aspect of it is really cool too. When you just watch them improve.
Like character development or like specifically like training for fights?
Both.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think both. And I'm not a big like animated TV show or movie person in general, but I feel like this is a very like um intentional like thing that we're doing, like watching this. So I think it'll be good.
Yeah. I mean, there's a live action version that is coming out of One Piece, um, which through Netflix. So we'll see how it goes. But it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. So yeah. All right. Anything else you guys got?
Wait, well, Scott, you didn't say what
Oh, for
things
me?
did like.
Um, oh man, it's hard to say. I really like just good stories in general. Um, that really just capture my interest. Man, for like TV shows, an overarching narrative is always something that's gonna stick with me. It's something where you can constantly see people like going to, they go for a goal and they try to do that, but it's just more of, I don't know, I don't really know. It's well, like I just kind of tried a lot of things and find what I like and find what I don't like, and comedy's always good. I enjoy good action. Man, really good character development, things like that. I really enjoy the world building that One Piece has, and other shows like Made in Abyss, things like that, where you could just see this like you like starts out small and you can kind of see the world expand around the characters, and then like One Piece does this really well, but there's other shows that do it as well, where they have like you'll be like 300 episodes in or whatever, and there'll be a callback to like episode 2, and you're like, wait, was that intentional? And it's like, yes, it was intentional. Stuff like that I really like too.
Yeah,
So,
that's cool.
but yeah, all right. I'm excited to get started though, and like start cracking down on it. But
Excited. It should be fun.
Mhm.
cool. All
All
right.
right. Kate, you got a closeout theme song?
Should we make it different every time?
Yes.
Every time.
It's been Michael, and it's been Scott, and it's been Kate, and now we're done.